Hey, it's Rice. Rice Aroni, the San Francisco tree. So, why are we here?
What are we talking about today?
Kostis from Greece. Not vinyl tag. CD tag 2023.
Ooh, that's really clever when you think about it. It really is clever.
Yay! Okay, first one. So I bought it in 2022. Okay, probably the newest thing in my collection. That's what an old fart I am. Slowdive. It is quite good. It's what's known as shoegaze. And shoegaze is when the artist look at their shoe or something like that. It's really a stupid description of music. No wonder it got shit canned. Chicken Shack O.K. Ken. I love this cover. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know the story behind it, but it's kind of like he's in detention and he's waiting a long time and his friend has died and he's all bones. I think that's what it is. O.K. Ken. And on the back is some pictures of the late Christine McVie. This is not Chicken Shack's best record. I would only get 100-Ton Chicken and 40 Blue Fingers. It's a big honkin' CD. Oh, look at there's my high-tech setup. There you go. Todd Rundgren's Nearly Human, shot at Tokyo Nakano Sun Plaza Hall in the 80s. And you know who's in the audience? That's right, me. Great show. He did Nearly Human. Here are what's on this. It's pretty good. You know, I only played it once when I was working for this company in Tokyo, and certainly not going to buy a LaserDisc player for this. So I have it on the market for sale, and people are not exactly making a line to buy it, but there is a big market for LaserDiscs. So I got a record on Yahoo Auctions, and the seller said, is it okay if I include one of my CDs? And I said, sure. And I get the box, and sure enough, there's a CD in here entitled Endless Shock, and it's got a handwritten message on the back of it. These are the description of the songs, and here it is. And it comes with a booklet. This is probably the best, most interesting thing about it. He has stapled, see that? This paper booklet, printed it out on a printer, and each one has got, and look at this, handmade. See that? It's stapled. Amazing. Such attention to detail. My host country. I mean, it's every day is a pleasure to live here. Ne. Ne means right in Japanese. Ne. Ne. Mr. Allen of Static Traveler showed this late last year, Rachel Goswell, and he showed a 12-inch of the song, what was the name? I think it's Plucked. And he played it, has a needle drop, and he went through the different nuances, and damn, I liked it. Not a bad track on this record, just marvelous. I like this more than anything else that Slowdive has done. I mean, you know, if a representative album by Slowdive, Rachel Goswell's solo record, Waves Are Universal. An LP's worth of tunes. Now, only on CD, and Todd Rundgren produced the following: Personality Crisis by the New York Dolls, We're an American Band by Grand Funk Railroad, Fanny, the first all-girl group, Funky Friday, Felix Cavallari, lead singer of the Rascals.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Steve Hillage, It's All Too Much, Meatloaf, All Revved Up But No Place to Go, Tom Robinson Band, It Must Be Love by Rick Derringer, Prime Time by The Tubes, Dancing Barefoot, Patti Smith Group, Whispering Your Name, Jules Shear, If I Had You Back, The Rubinos, Live for Today, Lords of the New Church, Dear God, Ecstasy, Midnight Sun by Hunter, don't know who that is, Pursuit of Happiness, I'm an Adult Now, and Jill Sobule, Too Cool to Fall in Love. And he also produced Stage Fright by the band. I don't understand why that's not on here, but an LP's worth of tunes. Meh.
particular. Such a particular Michael. Yeah.
I mean, this is the only one I have. I've grown out of this. Saturday Gigs is good. It's okay. I mean, all the way from Memphis when it kicked off. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. That was fantastic. And I bet you've never seen this. This is all of his live shows. He's from the in New York City, the a cappella tour, live in Chicago, Another Side of Roxy in LA. This is the Back to the Bars period, which was, it was a pretty successful live double record, which was what it was about. It was like Todd, get back to the bars, play live, and Stevie Nicks, Hall & Oates joined him on stage. This is quite good. There's a lot of renditions of Marvin Gaye, a lot of doo-wop on this, but this is material from Faithful, Nearly Human, Todd, A Wizard True Star, and Something Anything. It's marvelous. I don't listen to it as much, but look at that, a Todd Rundgren box set. This is pretty special. I got this in Japan in the 80s. They had the one live record with Eric Clapton, right? We all know that one. Has a picture of Albert Grossman's boots on the cover sticking out of the rolls. And this is, they played 4 nights, and this is each of the 4 nights, and it's every song that they performed, and each show is just like the last one. And, you know, it's got a couple of songs on here that are unique. You know, I don't know why is Eric Clapton singing the way Delaney Bramlett taught him how to sing, and that's a marvelous song, and that's on a number of these. But there's nothing that's really unique. There is a instrumental called Pygmy, but you know, it's all the same stuff. You know, the Poor Elijah medleys, and I Don't Want to Discuss It, and there's no mention of George Harrison on this record whatsoever. But he was there. He was on one of these shows. I think it was the Royal Albert Hall. Marvelous, marvelous. Such a sweet record, such a great, powerful singer. It's the only one I have. I learned about him here, never knew about him before, and it's just a beautiful recording. Every song is good. Strictly Reserved for You, Put the Flame on It. It's so good, and he's backed up by the Menahan Street Band, whoever they are, Menachem Begin. Okay. Charles Bradley, Victim of Love. Love. You run into these a lot at reuse plaza stores, and this is a single CD, and it was a rental item, right? Like remember Blockbuster? You could rent singles. And this is from Mr. Children, who were a very big deal. Music is not my taste. Here's how it's packaged. See that? All of these mini CDs are packaged like this. And, this looks like it's supposed to fold, but it doesn't. And there are the lyrics. Au pairs, stepping out of line. All they have are those 2 records. And it's every track, and the unreleased stuff. Pretty sure it's comprehensive. Inside is a booklet. It goes through why Leslie Woods ran away, went on vacation, never came back. They went looking for a replacement for her. That's how bad it got. Fabulous band. Just a victim of being being gay and wanting to do your own thing and being run roughshod by the suits of the record companies. Is that a good way of putting it? Norman, you would know the answer to that. Au pair, stepping out of line. Fela Kuti, Open Close. Now this must have been from some compilation, because this is how they sold it to me, here's the sleeve, the paper sleeve. Right, and then they packaged it in this kind of like scrapbook. I guess it's archival, and here is the disc. See, It's a record, as Chris would say. A record. It's a record. Camp. You know, I went to Bucks Rock Camp in New Milford, Connecticut 3 summers. And maybe some folks who were there will remember me. Not in the vinyl community, of course. But it was a camp, and I told Uncle Dan about this. It was a camp where you could do anything you wanted any day of the week. And what I mean by that is they had performing arts, crafts, sculpture, fine arts, farming, you name it, sports. You woke up and you had no schedule. You just did. You said, you know what? I'm going to go to the farm today. I'm going to go to the wood shop today, the print shop, the metalsmithing shop. They had everything. It was started by a couple, Ernst and Ilse Boulevard, and he escaped the Nazis and he came to the States, and he had a dream to set up a state. He was a psychologist, and he had a dream to set up a camp where children can be who they are, find camaraderie, and find their inner talent. And boy, did I find my inner talent at Bucks Rock. So this is a thank you to Ernst Boulevard. It's a great musical record. What's on here? How should I touch you through my tears? They do a cover of I Want of a Nail by Todd Rundgren, Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones, it's great. It's very camp and it's very gay, and I like it. I've held on to it. It's from the 80s. Mental Train, The Island Years, Mott The Hoople, and I covered this in a video where I did a parody of Michael Ludwig's, who is really, I respect him a lot. He's a smart man. He's certainly smart to get away from the likes of Rachel's and her crew. But anyway, here is the book, Mott The Hoople Mental Train, and it is written by a super fan, Chris Needs. You will see him on a documentary about the Island Years on YouTube. Look at that. That's from their first record. And it covers everything about the crazy man, Guy Stevens, who was a complete lunatic, he was a producer that was a lunatic. Setting fires in the studio, feeding the band drugs, taking drugs, having fits and temper tantrums. This was all a daily occurrence with Mr. Guy Stevens. So that's the book. And if you like Mott, The Island Years, oh man, buy this. It's fantastic. Al Kooper, live at the record plant in Sausalito, 1974. That was a solo concert. And it's got stuff from his first few solo records. Sam Stone just went Smile, which was a Blood, Sweat, and Tears song. Brand New Day, Without Her, the Harry Nilsson song. First half is him on guitar, and the second is himself on piano. He's on. He writes back to me from time to time, and I asked him about this, and he didn't write back to me, which probably means it was a bootleg, and he doesn't approve, because he really is a snarky responder. He's really funny, and I hope he lives longer, because his health is bad. Al Kooper, just love this guy. Boxed single CD, and I'm going to show this. Is Toshinobu Kubota, who left Japan for New York, and he has not come back. Fantastic, powerful vocalist. I mean, just I guess Japan's James Brown, pure Japanese, just could sing like a person of color, and this was had a lot of hits, got a lot of stuff in here. You have a book, The Baddest. You have postcards. Count them. 1, 2. What's it say? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? That's him with some egg sushi. Here is again The Baddest, and here is the CD. I should actually listen to this again. It's like a femur. Any medical student would go, hey, yeah, there it is. There's the reflection on the camera in the back. So beautiful packaging. Look at all this. All that stuff in a box. Soul of a Man, recorded live at the Bottom Line over 3 nights in 1994, where he is joined by members of Blood, Sweat, and Tears and the Recuperators and his other bands. And it closes with "You Can't Always Get What You Want." That's the second to last song. And you know that Al Kooper played French horn on You Can't Always Get What You Want? Yes, it's true. Al Kooper, the Stones invited him to London. He went there. First day, he just bought records and clothes. He had a meeting with the Glimmer Twins, and he listened to the unfinished track of "You Can't Always Get What You Want." And he said, "You know what? This needs a horn. This needs a French horn." They said, "Al, you do it." So he took the tapes, went back to New York, and he recorded his portion with the French horn, and he sent it back to them, and that's how it's got the French horn. And Al was also the organist on Highway 61 Revisited, and Al is responsible for that organ sound. I mean, he made history happen. He is an effing musical genius. And if you don't have any Al Kooper in your collection, you should get some. If you've never heard Al Kooper, you should listen to him. Motte Nai. Motte Nai. Motte Nai means I don't have one. Motte Nai. Nai. Nidus. There isn't any. Dreams Come True. It's a mini CD. And these are all over the place now for 50 yen or so, from rental places that have gone out of business. So it's called ski. That's suki, ski. So whenever there's a Japanese love story, it's ski desu. That's how Japanese pronounce it, love. So wax, ski desu.